Computer science is not the default high return on investment program it once was, especially in the UK, as we'll see in this video. Times are changing and we need to be listening to what the data is telling us about in-demand roles which are showing signs of growth. If you're thinking of going to the UK to study, you should also be considering how that study will translate into a career. The courses I'll show you are trending up in terms of career outcomes. Studying computer science is not a bad idea. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the market has been saturated in the UK in recent years. So I believe the smart money is in other areas. Some of the most promising degrees for this year are the ones hardly anyone is talking about. So in this video, I want to highlight 3 specific UK master's degrees that are genuinely worth considering. Degrees with strong employer demand and return on investment. So if you're serious about pursuing a master's, hit the like button so you can easily find this video again later to recheck the details. I'll give you 3 exact university and course names so you can look them up yourself. Actually, I will also give you a link where you can search the exact courses using the same tool that I did. And it's not Google or ChatGPT or whichever AI is trending today. And just a quick heads up for the economists out there, when I talk about ROI in this video, I'm talking specifically about the return on your tuition fees. It's not the total cost of studying and not your lifetime earnings. I will have a more detailed ROI tool coming soon, so follow the channel if you don't want to miss out on that when it gets released. But for this video, we'll just compare your total tuition to gross earnings after graduation. And all the numbers I quote are based on information I have to hand today. Universities can and do change their fees. I've got no interest in making schools or courses look any better or worse than they actually are. I'm just sharing information from the most reliable sources available to me. So if you find different information or the fees have changed by the time you watch this video, please understand this is perfectly normal. I'm not trying to fool anyone. All the figures we will look at are based on real salary data, employer demand, and typical starting salaries in the UK. But your actual return will depend on things like your experience, the location, and how quickly you transition into a relevant role after graduation. So you can think of these numbers as reference points, not guarantees. They're here to help you compare degrees realistically, not to promise a specific outcome. But first, let's start with a quick reality check. Computer science is not the default high ROI program that it once was. The UK has produced a huge number of computer science graduates over the last decade, around a 40% increase. Now, that's great for innovation in the UK, but not so great for you if you're trying to stand out from the crowd while landing a career that pays well, shows good long-term promise, and will give you a return on your study investment as soon as possible. Also, salary growth for generalist IT roles has basically stalled, and that's according to the Office for National Statistics Labor Market Overview, which was released in April of this year. And according to the Robert Half Salary Guide, employers are saying they need specialists, not more generalist coders. One great place to look is the UK's temporary shortage list, which is basically the government's "we need more people in these areas" list, because that highlights shortages in logistics and supply chain, cybersecurity governance, and environmental and sustainability roles. So if you're a professional planning a career change or an undergraduate looking for a master's that will lead to a promising career, it makes sense to look at the areas where the UK is actively struggling to hire. That's where the return on investment is in 2026 and beyond. All right, so the first master's I want to look at is logistics and supply chain management. This one surprises a lot of people, but it really shouldn't. The UK's supply chain has been under a lot of pressure since Brexit, which was their exit from the European Union. And companies in the UK need people who can analyze data, optimize processes, and keep goods moving efficiently. The Jackson Hogg Supply Chain Salary Guide for this year calls logistics and supply chain management a high demand, high growth field. And salary data backs this up too. Average salaries are around £43,000 per year for senior roles that can reach $49,000 a year and higher. And demand growth is about 18% annually. So my example course is the Master of Science, Logistics and Supply Chain Management at Teesside University. This is a 2-year master's degree, which includes a work placement. It's perfect for gaining real-life work experience in this industry before you have even graduated. And that places you very well to move straight into employment after graduation. So if tuition remains the same as it is now for the second year, then the total cost would be 20,000 British pounds. Now, let's say you graduate and you start work. It's your first job, so we don't need to factor in previous income, and you start off on 45,000 a year. Your gross income, the total salary you earn, would cover the tuition you paid in about 5 months, but that ignores taxes, living expenses, and so on. And I know looking at it this way is simplistic. There are other factors to consider. But again, for this video, let's keep things simple. 5 months to recoup your tuition and gross earnings is really good. But maybe even more importantly, this is a degree that currently is connecting to in-demand careers. And that's a very important factor in choosing a postgraduate course. The second degree I want to explore is cybersecurity management. This is not the learn to hack side of cybersecurity. This is the governance, risk, and compliance. And it's where the UK has its biggest talent shortage. The 2026 Barclay Simpson Cybersecurity Salary Guide reports that 88% of employers struggle to hire GRC specialists, and salaries are reflecting that. For governance roles, around £43,000 a year. Senior GRC roles, anywhere from 60 to 90,000. And demand is rising due to new AI and data protection regulations. The example course I have is the Masters in Cybersecurity Management at the University of Law. This Masters offers great value at just £17,000 for a 1-year course. It's designed to equip you with the skills and understanding for a career in cybersecurity, data science, or any managerial role where the assessment of risk and analysis of data plays a significant role. So to look at this using our very simple return on investment model, we will assume a starting salary of 60K per year. In that case, your total tuition for this course would be 17,000. It's only a 1-year course. So your gross earnings would cover your total tuition investment in about 3.5 months. Okay, and the last degree to look at for today is sustainable planning and environmental management. This one is perfect for career changers who want to pivot into a field with long-term stability and purpose. The UK's net zero strategy has created huge demand for roles like environmental planners, sustainability analysts, and ESG analysts. In fact, local authorities around the UK are reporting ongoing shortages in planning and environmental roles. And salary ranges are strong too. Environmental planners, anywhere from 35 to 55,000 a year. Sustainability analysts, 40 to 60,000, and ESG analysts, 45 to 70,000. The example course I have is the Masters in Sustainable Planning and Environmental Management at the University of Hertfordshire. This program takes 12 to 15 months to complete, and you can choose between 3 pathways. The first one is Sustainable Planning, or you can choose Sustainable Planning and Environmental Management, or Sustainable Planning and Transport. Students on this course also attend careers fairs and benefit from interactions with the university's vast employer links and planning employers network. This is a course that not only makes you job market ready, but the university also works hard to connect students directly with employers. there should be little to no downtime between graduation and employment. If you complete the course in 1 year, then total tuition at the current rate is $17,950. So assuming a starting salary of $45K, your gross earnings would repay your tuition costs in under 5 months. All of these courses are currently leading to jobs that UK employers are actively trying to hire for. And this is important because it's always a good idea to have a clear understanding of the career your course can lead to when you're trying to decide to study, or even if you should study at all. A master's or other postgraduate course is not always needed, but if you're going to invest your time, energy, and money into it, be prepared to justify it. Start with your objective and work back from there. Understand the job market in your target country and even in your target city. This is equally important if you're switching careers or moving from undergraduate straight into postgraduate studies. If you would like to explore these courses I've shown you today or compare other options, there's a link in the comments to the same search tool I used to find them. Just simply sign up with a valid email address. You'll be able to search over 1,500 schools and universities in the UK, USA, Canada, Ireland, Germany, and Australia. And all the information you need will be right there. I'll also drop some links to other free decision-making resources I've created. I'll put that in the comments as well. And if this video helped you think differently about your next step, go ahead and like and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow so that I can reach more people just like you. I'll see you in the next video.